Happiness. Welcome back. I am really into Iron Rangers right now, and so we're going to talk about Iron Rangers. Before we do that, I want to tell you that I am wearing Frank's Royal Commander boots right now, and I have a video coming up as soon as I receive the prototype pair of Frank's X rugged collab boots. I'm going to do a video on those. Many of you know that I'm a moderator in Rugged Outdoor Apparel, a Facebook group, and it is a very large group, a wonderful group, a lot of nice gentlemen and women in there, and we are starting to do t-shirts, sweatshirts, stickers, and a Frank's boot collab. So I'm going to try and just leave that kind of secretive for now until I show them, but I will be receiving the first pair, not for me, but the prototype pair, and just so I can look at them and talk about them with you. I know a lot of you guys are kind of more dress boot guys, Alden guys or Grant Stone, stuff like that, and but I'm a more rugged boot guy. So as you see what we got here, this is kind of a more vintage and rugged boots. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty. These actually aren't Iron Rangers, most of these boots right here. They're the predecessors of the Iron Rangers. And I just love steel toe boots. I have 5 pairs out here today. Everything this way is steel toe. This one's not. And so let's kind of get started. They had a boot that looks like an 8-inch Iron Ranger. Of course, the style of the Iron Ranger, they're saying, came all the way from the guys in the mines and working in the steel and iron mines. I don't know exactly which one. I guess it's iron that they ore, and the ore is that they mine and make steel out of it. Back in the more easternly part of the United States, so they started having these cap toes as a steel toe. These boots that I'm showing you, most of them are steel toe and cap toe. And these are Red Wing 915s. I'm not exactly sure. I can't read any stamps, anything on these. I'm fairly sure that they've been resold with a Vibram 100. These are from late 60s, early 70s. They're kind of a reddish color. These were I bought these very affordably online. They were a 10.5 C or B. They were a little bit narrow. They fit my foot okay, except for the footbed was starting to curl, and that could be a big problem. You might have to get a cobbler to repair the footbed for you. But what I did, this is a funny thing, I don't know what kind of oil I used, whether it was boot oil or coconut oil or some kind of oil, but I just poured a bunch of oil in the bottom of these boots, and I have special socks I wear with them that's almost done leaching oil into the socks, but started just trying to massage that footbed as I walked in it and get it flattened out, a little bit molded to my feet, and it's working. And even though these were a little bit narrow, they worked out. I just love these boots. These are 915s from the late 60s, early 70s. I have another pair of Red Wing 915s, the Iron Ranger predecessor. These are a 1983 pair. I think both of these originally came with a type of cork sole. This one still had it on it when I got it, and I had it pulled out. It was kind of cracking. I think this was a barn find. These really smelled like mothballs or barn, or that kind of really, really old smell like wood or rust or cobwebs or something. And I had the cobbler put Dr. Soles on there and put a low block heel, a brown Dr. Sole. This was like the first pair that I got of 915s, and I really was into like getting old beat up boots and getting them redone with nice soles and everything. That was kind of the beginning of my hobby. And you'll see more boots when we get to the 8-inch Red Wing boots, 877s and the 10877s. You'll see some of the ones I had that done to. But I love these boots. These are such a cool boot. 915, steel toe, just a gorgeous boot. and I was mistaken, and I thought they were all 915s, and I realized I was buying some of these other boots that they're 4415s. These 4415s here are just like the 915. They're like an 8-inch Iron Ranger. You see they got the cap toe, but they have this. I don't think it's the super sole. It's a Red Wing sole, one piece heel, some kind of rubber. It's kind of lighter than the super sole. I don't know if it's like a crepe type of sole. You guys that know more about these, please correct me in the comments anything that I don't know or I'm getting wrong. These 4415s, also steel toe. These ones here I think are 1997s, and then I have another pair almost identical, a little bit more beat up. These are the 1993s. Okay, so look on the bottom of this one, I don't know if you can see it, I just read it, it says Gum Light sole. Different type of soles that they were doing, and it's a really light sole, and I think it's probably original. I think both of these two different soles probably were the original soles. This one has the Red Wing emblem on it. This one does not. It says Vibram Gum Light. Maybe it's been resold. I don't know. This is the 97 pair. I really dig them. We're going to be doing a video on work boots. I have some vintage and really cool work boots that I wear. But these are impossible. I could wear these for work. I probably never will. I don't know what I'm going to do with the two same 4415s. Maybe get one resold, maybe keep one original. I don't know. I just really like them. And if they pop up cheap online out of someone's closet or barn or shed or whatever, I'm all over that. Now, this boot right here is an Iron Ranger. It is a 4313 Iron Ranger 8-inch collaboration with Indian Motorcycles. Has a false tongue in it, a kiltie going with a contrasting color like our friend at Dale's Leatherworks likes to do. And they have the mini lug. This is after they switched from the kind of slick cork type sole to the mini lug sole. Indian Motorcycle collab. Just a beautiful boot. If you look at it next to these 4415s or the 915s, you know, the toe's much more bulbous. I don't know if it is because it's steel toe. Probably. If you see steel toe boots compared to non-steel toe boots in the same model, they're a little bit more bulbous. The Iron Ranger is a little bit, everyone thinks they're clown shoes. These old army boot looking, these are really, really close, almost the exact of the Super Sole 2233s that I wear all the time that, you know, I use for work. The Made in USA all leather Red Wing boot, except for the sole. And I think the footbed is something synthetic, but they just don't have the 2233s, just don't have the cap toe on there. So you can see kind of close. This is much more sleek, and I really dig these 8-inch Iron Rangers. I have a bad ankle. I stepped on one of my friend's feet playing basketball when I was about, I don't know, 22, 23 years old, and popped my ankle socket kind of out and back in and ripped a bunch of ligaments. And so that ankle, I could be stepping on something funny, it just kind of goes up to the side, never really hurts or swells up that much anymore. Sometimes I get shooting pain randomly, but I mean, when I kind of go over the side, it doesn't really hurt. But wearing lace-up boots, wearing higher than 6-inch boots really helps me out. And with that old basketball injury, and so those are the 4313. They came out in 2019, I think. Indian Motorcycle Iron Ranger. They only came out in the one color. I think it's the amber harness leather, and I really dig them. I was in Mexico. You know, I live in Mexico, and several years ago, one of my sisters was having surgery, and we went down to be with her. She lives alone, and to stay with her, and she has, you know, kids, lots of support system, but everyone's working and everything, so we just went, you know, took a little time off, went down and stayed with her while she's recovering from her surgery. And you know, as an uneducated carpenter, I still love to learn and fill my brain with all kinds of facts and figures. And I ordered on eBay some textbooks that had been translated from Spanish to English from some of the highest archaeology and anthropology professors in the DFA in Mexico City, and read, I think I had 3 textbooks with me. We were down there for, I don't know, a week, 2 weeks. And I read through the second textbook, and I walked outside, and these textbooks I was reading were on the Mayan culture. So I know things about the Mayan culture people don't really want to know. But I'm into ancient cultures and anthropology, archaeology. I walked outside, and I found this rock. You look at that rock. Look, it's tapered to a point. I think you see better like that. It's even chiseled around the edge. You can see it's chiseled to kind of put the wood around it and wrap it with a thong. This is an old hacha, or an adze, or an axe, might be. And you know, the Mexican people are very much indigenous, you know, not 100%, but most of them have some indigenous in them. And I showed my relatives, I said, oh, that's just an old rock, you know. Well, one of the reasons why I like studying history and anthropology is because I believe where we've been is a lot of who we are and a lot of where we're going. And so today, one of the things I want to talk to you is about family. Family, I know blood is thicker than water in most cases. I know that's how people are. Family is not always people that you are blood kin to. You know, I have stepchildren. I have a lot of stepchildren. More stepchildren than natural children, as a matter of fact, and I love them just the same. God gave them to me to care for and to love and to be loved by. And so I wanted to talk to you about family, or those connections that we have, maybe from the past or currently. And I don't think those things are by accident. I'm not a luck guy. I'm a destiny guy. And I think that people are in your path for a reason. So if there are people in your life that you may have had a grudge against or been mad at, or some kind of feud in your family, and you may not even remember all the details of what that's about anymore. Maybe you should start rethinking your relationships with them, and maybe go back and offer some forgiveness, or ask for forgiveness, whatever the situation is. I am not talking about having negative people in your life. Negativity is contagious. It's like a cancer. People that bring you into a bad place, people that make you angry, violent, negative, stay away from them. But the people that are safe people, that you may have distanced yourself from, maybe because of a past marriage or a dysfunctional family or a broken family, and you know what? In your heart of hearts, maybe you really love them. Maybe they really love you. If you checked on them, maybe you'd find out that they're just waiting. Maybe they're shy. Maybe they're stubborn like you. Maybe they don't want to offer forgiveness or ask for forgiveness. So today I would just kind of ask you to think about who you are and where you've come from. You know, my family's been on this continent for almost 400 years. I'm 10th generation American. I consider myself from an immigrant family. And I'm the first generation that is born in a house with a floor, indoor plumbing or electricity, and they landed on Plymouth Rock. I think my first ancestors were like the 4th ship from England. They landed at Plymouth, and my ancestors actually went into the woods and the forests, and they were long hunters. I'm in a long hunter, descendants of the long hunters group, and they traversed this nation. And my parents and my grandparents came to California in the 1930s to work the fields, and they were greatly abused by a lot of people, those Okies and Arkies, just like the Mexicans are. I think probably worse than the Mexicans are today, looked down upon more. And you know, if I was a mean person, if I was an angry person, if I abused myself with alcohol and drugs, those people, They didn't have medical care. They didn't have electricity. They didn't have indoor plumbing. They struggled. I'm the result of that. Born here in California in the lap of luxury. So if I was an idiot, if I was a mean person, I would just be throwing away all the sacrifices 10 generations of American people did to get me here. And so I am the only thing that is left of their hopes and their dreams. So I'm going to live this life. I'm going to love. I'm going to try and help. I'm going to try and be part of the solution, not part of the problem. And I don't think my grandparents, they were good Christian people, hardworking farm people. By the time they were 50 years old, they looked like an 80-year-old person today from being out in the sun. And I don't think they would want me abandoning my faith, abandoning my family, abandoning traditional values. I don't mean that we don't need to be progressive, because I believe that we do, and we need to change with the times. We need not to get stuck. We need to be open-minded. But also, if there are people in your life that you've just blown right by, and believe me, I've done that probably more than anybody, and they are good people, they are safe people, let's try and reconnect with them. Maybe they need us, and maybe we need them. Happiness and love on this day. Thank you for joining, and I hope to see you soon.